Lydia Daydahl, Fight Connect TV at Waterford Muay Thai in Waterford with the head coach here at the gym, John Walsh. Well, how are you getting on?
Yeah, well, I'm good now, thanks. Yeah, it's a good day today now. We had a lot of kids came down, a couple of the older kids, older teenagers, and then a lot of the young kids as well.
So explain to our viewers what was happening here today.
We're just trying to raise money for Kinga Pietraszak to go to the World Championships, the Junior World Championships, IFMA, on the 28th of this month.
Yeah.
So just kind of fundraising for that. We're still looking for sponsors. Anything we can get, we'll take, because it'd be brilliant, you know. But that's it. It's just it's a constant battle trying to raise money for.
But I think a lot of people, they think that, Muay Thai or combat sports like other sports where there's like, a nice little fund or a nice little grant that goes into it, and they get to go away. But it's self-funded, isn't it? And you have to do a lot of fundraising yourselves.
Absolutely, it's not cheap when you go to these hotels. It's expensive to run through these federations, and then you go, and a lot of the countries are actually fully funded.
Yeah.
Kazakhstan, Ukraine, all those they're fully funded. Yeah. They go along in suits and they're proper attire, you know what I mean? Whereas we're trying to get sponsors to get T-shirts together. Yeah. It's.
Is it disheartening for you when you put in so much work here and then there's nothing really?
When you do that, because it makes it so much harder. And you go out then and you're constantly everyone looking so professional. Yeah. But we got when we did go last year, we had 6 fighters and we got 3 medals out of 6, which was brilliant. It brought us 13th out of 83 countries. Which that in itself was brilliant, and there's some amazing fighters around the country, and they're well capable of getting medals at these championships. But the big thing that puts off people is the raising money. It's not easy.
And I mean, it's not only in Muay Thai, we see it in MMA as well now with the amateur team, the same complaints from the coaches they're going over, and all these other countries are getting off the buses and they're all laid out in matching gear, and they're like, fucking hell, look at this, this is how you do it. But yet they're bringing home the medals, you know what I mean? As a coach, someone who's been in it for so long and has gone to the World Championships, the European Championships, what would you see like to happen or implemented? Is there a way to kind of combat this?
Look, it comes from the government. It's funding comes from the government, and it's only through getting results that you see. It's a vicious circle, because in order to get any kind of funding, you have to get results, and it has to have a proper structure set to it. So, in order to do that, you have to get coaches to actually send fighters out there. This year we have 2. Do you know what I mean? But hopefully they get medals, but it'll be something else again to say, look, every time we go away, we can get a medal. So we're bringing 2 really good girls. You know what I mean? One won silver last year, one won gold. We brought 6 last year, and some didn't make the final. Obviously, there's 3 didn't make the medals, so they just weren't that good enough to go. And this year, it's a big task to go again when you're raising so much money when you're not getting a medal. You know what I mean? Because it's so tough. But if we can kind of get medals, we can put pressure on the government, for some kind of funding. Yeah. But it's a constant battle to try and get.
As a coach, what are you kind of looking for, or what are you filtering with your guys in who gets selected to go over there?
It's just basically the results you take from around the country. England, if you're going to England as well, but it's the results from around the country, and the standard, they're really good. If they compete with that standard, you go to England, and then if they compete at that standard, because it's so high in England, probably 1,000 Muay Thai gyms as opposed to maybe 40, 45 in Ireland. So if you can compete with England, you're up there. Because they are very good.
That must be a huge confidence boost for someone like Kinga that knows, okay, I'm after being selected, I'm going out here, and I know that I'm not going just kind of like, I want to go. I'm being selected by my coaches and to represent the country.
She's a defending champion as well, after being a Thai girl in the final. You know what I mean? So she has the confidence levels, but unfortunately, she hasn't had a fight since last year. And
because she can't get matched, or what's it?
Get her matched, yeah. I know. Different things came along there, a few family things as well, where there were injuries and someone was sick, the mother was sick, it was a little bit, and Eric had a shoulder injury. So, it didn't kind of work out, but it's not ideal when you don't get a match, you don't get a fight. It's just, you have to work around it and just train as hard as you can.
I mean, arguably she's, within Ireland and the UK, she's the best that's out there. You know what I mean? In terms of on paper, the results that she's gotten in and the medals and different things, And obviously she's a world champion as well. So not only in Ireland and the UK, I'll just say she's facing Thais. Why do you think she's so good? What is it about her? Because there has to be something special about her, because...
Her drive is amazing, and more than anyone else. I've had adults for years, but Kinga, honest to God, it's like the way I describe her, it's like she's a computer. Yeah. Honest to God, I'm not just saying what I tell her to do, she does without question. I say it to her once, and she goes out and applies it. She was being beaten by Ava Walsh, Turlock and Linda's girl, here in in I think 3 years ago in here, and I asked 3 rounds to go. I said you have to switch it around and do something different, and she did, and she got a win. It was a very close fight, but she got a win. But she can just switch it and change, and that is the difference. You know, because I have loads of fighters, and I had a really good fighter at one time, and if I wanted him to go forward, he'd go backwards. It's amazing. And he was a good fighter, but he'd do the opposite of what I'd actually ask him to do. It's hilarious.
Which I know when I've spoke to you before, I've interviewed before, and that was one of the things that you did say, you know, is like that they listen to you, that they're not programming to just do their own thing.
But Kinga is a computer. It's literally step by step, you just say it to her and she can do it. It's mad.
And it's brilliant watching her. I mean, I got to sit in on the session here today and to see her with the younger kids, and they respect her so much, and they're kind of, you know, like saying, oh, she's a world champion, you know, and
her session was pretty much done at that stage. She was getting shark baited by all the lads earlier on. They had loads of sparring before that as well. So it's just something for the kids to get out, move around with her. You know what I mean? For the buzz, like a crack, and she keep her fitness kind of slightly going anyway.
Yeah. Well, listen, it was fantastic. Thank you very much for the invite.
One thing to say before, thanks Turlock and Linda in White Tribe for their donation today. They're absolutely fantastic, and they're just amazing up there. They really are.
And where can people, if they want to donate, can they drop out to the gym? If they want to drop
to the gym, I take it any stage. Or anyway, PayPal, anything at all. We have to get out there, and we're still short money. We're halfway there, I'd say, at this stage. And it's only weeks away.
Any sponsors as well? Same thing. We're looking for tracksuits, t-shirts, anything to get the lads going. So yeah, there's a few. Azuri, isn't Azuri a Waterford company? Yeah, Azuri. I'll tag you in this, Azuri. Yeah, you bring something out here for the lads.
Absolutely. But and thanks to you very much and it's beautiful out, and thanks so much for coming down your Sunday. You're amazing, and what you're doing for the country is amazing in martial arts. It really is, because it's highlighting it so much, and we didn't have this thing before. And I'll be honest with you now, right? It's kind of I've come around to this way of thinking, but for years and years, I wouldn't allow my fighters to put anything up on Facebook or Instagram. I say, when you're finished your career, your fighting is over, then put up all your fights. But as soon as you put up a fight of a win, people are looking at that and picking weaknesses from it. Do you know what I mean? But you come along, but you can't stop the tide. So yeah, it's out there, and it's information for everybody. You know, as much as I don't want my fighters up there, it's up there, but it's up for everyone. But like, you're doing amazing work. You really are. You're amazing. You really are fantastic.
Appreciate it. Thank you. You've always been very supportive. It's grateful. But John Walsh at Waterford Muay Thai. And again, if you want to donate or sponsor anything for the lads heading over to the World Championships, then get in touch with John Walsh on Facebook or hit up Waterford Muay Thai. Good stuff.
Thank you.